thunder, lightning, or in rain.
When the hurly-burly's done, when the battle's lost and won,
that will be ere the set of sun.
Why the place upon the heath there to meet with
Macbeth.
Macbeth.
I come,
Grave Malcolm.
Puddock call.
Anon.
Fair is foul and foul is fair.
Others in the storm and the fields of the
What bloody man is that? This is the sergeant who, like a good and hardy soldier, fought against my captivity. Hail, brave friend. Say to the king the knowledge of the broil as thou didst leave it.
Doubtful it stood, as two spent swimmers that do cling together and choke their art. The merciless Donwald led his rebellion against the Western Isle, and fortune, on his damned quarrel smiling, showed like a rebel's whore. But all's too weak, for brave Macbeth, well he deserves that name. Disdaining fortune with his brandished steel, carved out his passage, till he faced the slave, which ne'er shook hands nor bade farewell to him, till he had unseamed him from knave to the charge, and fixed his head upon our battle.
Valiant cousin, worthy gentleman.
No sooner justice had with valor armed compelled these skipping kerns to trust their heels, but the Norwegian lord, with furbished arms and new supplies of men, began a fresh assault.
Dismayed not this our captains, Macbeth and Banquo.
Yes, as sparrows eagles, or the hare the lion.
But I am faint. My gaseous cry for help. So well thy words become thee. As thy wounds, they smack of honor both. Go, get him surgeons. Who comes here? The worthy Thane of Ross.
God save the king.
Whence camest thou, worthy Thane?
From Fife, great king, where Norway himself, with terrible numbers, assisted by the most disloyal trade to the Thane of Cawdor, began a tismal conflict. Point against point, rebellious arm against arm, curbing his malice spirit, and to conclude, the victory fell on us!
Great happiness. No more that Thane of Cawdor shall deceive our bosom interest. Go, pronounce his present death, and with his former title greet Macbeth.
I'll see it done.
When he hath lost, noble Macbeth hath won.
Where hast thou been, sister?
killing swine. Sister, where thou?
A sailor's wife had chestnuts in her lap, and munched and munched and munched. Give me, quoth I. Right thee, witch, the rough-fed runyon cries. Her husband to Aleppo's gone. Master, oh, the tiger. But in its sieve I'll thither sail, and like a rat without a tail, I'll do, and I'll do.
I'll give thee a wind.
Thou art kind.
And I another.
I myself have all the other. I'll drain him dry as hay. Slave shall neither night nor day hang upon his penthouse lid. He shall live a man forbid. Look what I have. Show me! Show me! Here I have a pilot's thumb. Racked as homeward he did come.
A
drum. A drum, Macbeth doth come.
The weird sisters hand in hand, hosters of the sea and land. Thus do go about, thrice to thine, and thrice to mine, and thrice again to make up 9. Peace, the charms wound up.
So foul and fair a day I have not seen.
How far is it called to Forays? What are these? So withered and so wild in their attire that look not like the inhabitants of the earth. Live you? Or are you aught that man may question? You seem to understand me, by each at once her choppy finger laying upon her skinny lips. You should be women, and yet your beards forbid me to interpret that you are so.
Speak if you can, what are you?
All hail, Macbeth! Hail to thee, Thane of Cologne!
All hail, Macbeth! Hail to thee, Thane of Cawdor!
All hail Macbeth. There shall be king hereafter.
Good sir, why do you start? And seem to fear things that do sound so fair. In the name of truth, are you fantastical, or that indeed which outwardly you show? My noble partner you greet with present grace, and great prediction of noble having and of royal hope that he seems rapt withal. To me you speak not. If you can look into the seeds of time and say which grain will grow and which will not, speak then to me, who neither beg nor fear your favors nor your hate.
Hail!
Hail!
Lesser than Macbeth and greater.
Not so happy yet, much happier.
Thou shalt get kings, though thou be none. So all hail Macbeth and Banquo.
Banquo and Macbeth, all hail!
Stay you imperfect speakers. Tell me more. I know I am Thane of Glom, but hell of Cawdor. The Thane of Cawdor lives. Say from what you owe this strange intelligence. Oh, my blasted heat. You stop my way with such prophetic greetings. Speak. I charge you.
Whither are they banished?
Into the air. His breath into the wind. Would they had stayed.
Were such things here, as we do speak about? Or have we eaten on the insane root that takes the reason prisoner?
Your children shall be king.
You shall be king!
And Thane of Cawdor too, went it not so.
To the self-same tune and words. Who's here?
The king hath happily received, Macbeth, the news of thy success. As thick as tale came post with post, and everyone did bear thy praises in his kingdom's great defense, and poured them down before him.
We are sent to give thee from our royal master thanks.
And for an earnest of greater honor, he then bade me from him call thee Thane of Cawdor. In which addition, hail, most worthy Thane, for it is thine.
What? Can the devil speak true?
The Thane of Cawdor lives. Why do you dress me in borrowed robes?
Who was the Thane lives yet, but under heavy judgment bears that life which he deserves to lose. Treason's capital, confessed and proved, have overthrown him.
Globs and Thane of Cawdor, the greatest is behind. Thanks for your pains. Do you not hope your children shall be kings, when those that gave the Thane of Cawdor to me promise no less to them?
That trust and home I get and kindle you unto the crown, besides the Thane of Cawdor. Yet 'tis strange, and oftentimes to win us to our harm, the instruments of darkness tell us truths. Win us with honest trifles to betray us in deepest consequence. Cousins, a word, I pray you.
This supernatural soliciting cannot be ill, cannot be good. If ill, why had they given me earnest of success commencing in a truth? I am Thane of Cawdor. If good, why do I yield to that suggestion whose horrid image doth fix my hair and cause my seated heart to knock at my ribs against the use of nature?
Look how our partner is wrapped.
If chance will have me king, chance may crown me without my stir.
Worthy Macbeth, we stay upon your leisure.
Give me a favor, my dull brain was wrought with things forgotten. Let us toward the king.
Yes.
Think upon what hath chanced. And at the more time the interim having waited, let us speak our free hearts each to other.
Very gladly.
Till then enough. Come, friends.
Is execution done on Cawdor? Are not those in commission yet returned?
My liege, they are not yet come back, but I have spoke with one that saw him die, who did report that very frankly he confessed his treasons, implored your highness's pardon, and set forth a deep repentance. Nothing in his life became him like the leaving it.
There's no art to find the mind's construction in the face. He was a gentleman on whom I built an absolute trust. Worthiest cousin. The sin of my ingratitude even now is heavy on me. Only I have left to say, more is thy due than more than all can pay.
The service and the loyalty I owe in doing it pays itself.
Welcome hither. I have begun to plant thee and will labor to make thee full of growth. Sons, kinsmen, thanes, and you whose places are the nearest, know we will establish our estate upon our eldest, Malcolm, whom we name hereafter the Prince of Cumberland. Honor must not unaccompanied invest him only, but signs of nobleness like stars shall shine on all deserving. From hence to Inverness, and bind us further to you.
I'll be myself the harbinger, and make joyful the hearing of my wife with your approach. So humbly take my leave.
My worthy Cawdor.
The Prince of Cumberland. That is the step on which I must fall down, or else o'erleap, for in my way it lies. Stars, hide your fires. Let not light see my black and deep desires.
Let's after him, whose care has gone before to bid us welcome.
Lords.
Hail, King that shalt be! Hail, King that shalt be! Hail, King that shalt be! They met me in the day of success, and I have learned by the perfect report they have more in them than mortal knowledge. When I burned in desire to question them further, they made themselves air, into which they vanished. Whilst I stood wrapped in the wonder of it, came missives from the king, who all hailed me, Thane of Cawdor, by which title before these weird sisters saluted me and referred me to the coming on of time with, Hail, King that shalt be! This have I thought good to deliver thee, my dearest partner of greatness, that thou mightst not lose the dues of rejoicing by being ignorant what greatness is promised thee. Lay it to thy heart and farewell. For Glamis thou art, and Cawdor, and shalt be what thou art promised. Yet I do fear thy nature. It is too full of the milk of human kindness to catch the nearest way. Thou wouldst be great, art not without ambition, but without the illness should attend it. Hie thee hither, that I may pour my spirits in thine ear and chastise with the valor of my tongue all that impedes thee from the golden round, which fate and metaphysical aid doth seem to have thee crowned with awe. What is your tidings?
The king comes here tonight.
Thou art mad to say it.
So please you, it is true, our thane is coming. One of my fellows had the speed of him.
Give him tending. He brings great news. The raven himself is hoarse, who croaks the fatal entrance of Duncan under my battlements. Come, you spirits that tend on mortal thoughts, unsex me here, and fill me from the crown to the toe, top full of direst cruelty. Make thick my blood, you murdering ministers, wherever in your sightless substances you wait on nature's mischief. Come, thick night, and pall thee in the dunnest smoke of hell, that my keen knife see not the wound it makes, nor heaven peep through the blanket of the dark to cry, hold, hold! Oh, great Glamis, worthy Cawdor, greater than both by the all-hail hereafter. Thy letters have transported me beyond the ignorant present, and I feel now the future in the instant.
My dearest love, Duncan comes here tonight.
And when goes hence?
Tomorrow, as he purposes.
Oh, never shall sun that morrow see. Your face, my thane, is as a book, where men may read strange matters. To beguile the time, look the time. Their welcome in your eye, your hand, your tongue. Look like the innocent flower, but be the serpent under it. He that is coming must be provided for, and you shall put this night's great business into my dispatch, which to all our nights and days to come shall give solely sovereign sway and masterdom.
We will speak further.
Only look up clear. To alter favor ever is to fear. Leave all the rest to me.
This castle hath a pleasant seat. The air, nimbly and sweetly, recommends itself unto our gentle sense.
This guest of summer, the temple-haunting martlet, hath made his pendant bed and procreant cradle. There where they most breed and haunt, I have observed, the air is delicate.
See our honored hostess. The love that follows us sometimes is our trouble, which still we thank as love. Fair and noble hostess, we are your guests tonight.
Your servants ever.
Give me your hand. Convey me to mine host. By your leave, hostess.
If it were done when 'tis done, then 'twere well it were done quickly. He's here in double trust. First, as I am his kinsman and his subject, strong both against the deed. Then, as his host, who should against his murderer shut the door, not bear the knife myself. I have no spur to prick the sides of my intent, but only vaulting ambition, which o'erleaps itself and falls upon the other. How now, what news?
He has almost supped. Why have you left the chamber?
He asked for me.
Know you not he has?
We will proceed no further in this business. He hath honored me of late, and I have bought golden opinions from all sorts of people, which will be worn now in their newest gloss, not cast aside so soon.
Was the hope drunk wherein you dressed yourself? Hath it slept since? And wakes it now to look so green and pale at what it did so freely? From this time such I account thine love. Art thou afeard to be the same in thine own act and valor as thou art in desire?
Prithee, peace! I dare do all that may become a man. Who dares do more is none.
What beast was then that made you break this enterprise to me? When you durst do it, then you were a man. To be more than what you were, you would be so much more the man. I have given suck. And know how tender 'tis to love the babe that milks me. I would, while he was smiling in my face, have plucked my nipple from his boneless gums and dashed the brains out had I so sworn as you have done to this.
If we should fail.
We fail. But screw your courage to the sticking place and we'll not fail. When Duncan is asleep, whereto the rather shall his day's hard journey soundly invite him, his two chamberlains will I with wine and wassails so convince that memory, the warder of the brain, shall be a fume, and the receipt of reason a limbeck only. When in swinish sleep their drenched natures lies as in a death, what cannot you and I perform upon the unguarded Duncan?
Will it not be received? When we have marked with blood those sleepy two of his own chamber and used their very daggers, that they have done it.
Who dares receive it other? As we shall make our griefs and clamor roar upon their deaths.
I am settled. Away, and mock the time with fairest show. False face must hide what the false heart doth know.